Have you ever wondered why no one has ever harvested the sea salt that's right here on Vancouver Island? I mean, wouldn't it be simple? Well, Andrew Shepherd of Cobble Hill thought the very same thing, and that thought has led him to some sweet, or should I say, salty success.
To teach my buddy a lesson, because I was grumbling about the price of French sea salt, and he said, "Oh, why don't you do something about it?" And I said, "Well, I will." And he said I couldn't, and then I said, "Oh, I'll show you."
And show him he did. He boiled water all night in a makeshift fire pit on Cherry Point Beach, and the results were life-changing.
Like 3.5 months later, I had to leave my job.
That was just a year and a half ago, and now Andrew, who says he's the only person in Canada who's harvesting salt from the Pacific Ocean, is so busy he can't boil that seawater fast enough.
Shops would buy my salt, still do, without even trying it. They said, "Well, is it local?" I said, "Yeah." And they said, "Great, we'll take 2 cases." I said, "Okay."
So how does he turn seawater into salt? Well, it's simpler than you might think.
We boil about 5,000, 6,000 liters a week. So the process is you filter the water, you top up the pots, you boil it down to about a third left, you top it back up, you boil it down, you top it back up, you boil it down. And we do that all week. I tell the boys, all right, pull out the salt, and then we actually boil all the water right out of the pots. And in the bottom of the pot, maybe a third is fresh, ready to go sea salt.
Andrew collects water at the local beach, and he insists on doing everything by hand. He only uses scrap lumber that would be normally tossed away, and he uses absolutely no chemicals, preservatives, or additives. But through the process of smoking, he has been able to create some flavored salts.
I'm doing some smoked salts. So I do a maple smoked salt, and I do a cherry smoked salt, and that's the wood. Doing some alder right now, trying to use like West Coast wood.
Andrew says by using sea salt, you will actually use less in your cooking.
My sea salt's a little stronger than a box of sort of processed salt, so people are finding they're using less.
Andrew does have to have his salt tested to ensure it doesn't contain any heavy metals or pollutants, something that doesn't happen to many of the other sea salts that are imported.
I think the chefs know that A, it's local, and B, it's good and it's clean.
So now you can add salt to your 100-mile grocery list. And chefs say that using Vancouver Island sea salt complements local food and wine beautifully. From Cobble Hill, I'm Karen Elgersma, your lifestyle specialist.